So, my problem with modern software development in general, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about how we got here and what kind of mess we have created collectively, and the big corporations is actually how benefit from this mess. So, as with everything, with every engineering, there are multiple ways of doing a particular thing. For example, if you are going to output a simple hello world on a web browser, first, like the simplest way is creating an HTML page, putting a hello world there, and serving this as a static HTML page, and you will see that on the browser upon requesting this web page. Second, you can create a web page and using JavaScript document write hello world. That's more complicated way, but there are still some engineering involved and it's more complex. Third way is you can service through PHP, Python, or any other dynamic language. You have to configure your web server, connect it to, kind of glue between the chosen document dynamic language processor and outputting it through a programming language that can be anything, virtually anything like PHP, Python, even C Sharp, Java, whatever. It can get more and more complex depending on what you chose. Sky is the limit. You got the idea. You can make it infinitely complex just for one simple problem. But today, most software engineers, how they're taught is that through the eyes of, I would call it like through the eyes of corporations. At least this is how I see it. So I've seen like many landing pages. It's just simple text output combined with images, and it's consisting of multiple pages like about, homepage, contact me, etc. And this page is being developed by, for example, the Angular, React, or whatever, which is over engineering. There are so many animations are involved as well, which is really battery consuming. So, in my opinion, how we got ourselves into this mess is because we have seen enough like propaganda. Well, you have to build this stuff with this. This is like a perfect engineering. If you don't build your website, for example, with React, you don't know what you are doing. Or like a technology A, like technology B, or whatever. If there are no like a cargo cooled engineering approach, then you are not a good engineer. And so, without taking into account that there are like much simpler ways of doing one particular um, thing, modern software engineers just takes like a template way. like npm install like a X technology, npm, I don't know, like create this component, do that, do this, upload into cloud, and then your website is on the cloud. You have like nearly zero control over this. Like a couple of days ago, AWS services across some regions were down, and like literally many apps, websites were down. So this is just to draw an image how fragile are these systems. But these are the standards that were being taught on YouTube courses, on Udemy courses, or like any other experienced engineer that approaches to you and says like, this is the right way to do the stuff. If you're not doing over engineering, so you're not doing it right. If it's not complex, you're not adding much value and stuff like that. And it's like kind of job security, so to speak. And it's getting more and more complex. That means that you will have to maintain this mess, right? Because it's like there are, even if this is unnecessary complexity, if this is way more complex, then that requires some people to fix the bugs continuously, and even adding a new features takes like a forever. But you're happy with it because this is like a new way of engineering. Um, you don't want to keep it simple because if you're not uploading it to cloud, and if it's you know not developed layer on top of layer, then you haven't done enough job to create a modern software. And now we're in this mess. We're collectively in this mess, basically. And don't get me even started about Electron apps. I mean, like lots of apps like a Slack, I don't know, Spotify itself, and Steam app, Obsidian, if you know this famous note-taking application, they're all written in Electron.js. And basically what Electron.js is, so every app is a new web browser basically instance, and so it has to eat a lot of RAM from your computer. And so even if you have like a 16 gigs of RAM, it's not enough. Like if you are opening this app and then alongside with web browser and then some editor, so your computer warns you that you're running out of RAM basically. And so you have to continuously upgrade your computer just because some companies took a shortcut to develop their applications just because they don't want to. They refuse to develop native application. So now imagine like Spotify could have developed native application for Android, iOS, Mac, Windows, Linux, etc. for all systems. They have enough resources for that and enough engineers, but they always take shortcuts to develop in a right way. Just develop it once and deploy it to anywhere. You don't have to care about what mess this brings, how many RAMs it's going to eat. So now imagine if everyone takes this approach, and you have to work with a lot of applications, with Electron.js. So now you imagine you have to upgrade your computer every couple of years just because you're running out of RAM, basically. I mean, I'm not even talking about how Apple artificially makes some limitations so that you have to buy a new Mac because there is no way you can upgrade your RAM on your own because it's soldered onto the system. I mean, maybe some like a professional guys can do that, but for like 99% of the people, that's just impossible. So yeah, that's the mess we're in, and I don't want to finish this video just with a feeling that this is unfixable problem. This is fixable. I mean the approach I always took um, when I'm starting with anything new is just questioning myself is what is the bare minimum I can do to fix this problem, to have a solution for this problem, not with what I have and what kind of maximum complexity I can add to achieve this, you know to bring this solution to the table. And then I'm pretty sure you will have like a lot of right answers to your questions, um, and not just like taking a look at the documentations, like even if they are official and they're telling you that this is the right way to do your job. You can always question everything just because the technology tells you to, for example, integrate this technology, that technology, add this complexity, just because that will make your life easier in the short term, doesn't mean that it will make your life happy in the long term. So yeah, I don't want to make it longer. So that's it. Hope you have learned anything. And what do you think? Don't forget to add your comments. Bye now.